What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video here on 2K. So I'm not gonna lie to you, yesterday was probably the first time in a long time I sat down and watched a couple of March Madness games and really enjoyed myself, really watched and saw what I really liked what I saw out of these college players. So it kind of inspired me today to come in here in 2K and do a March Madness inspired rebuild today, just because I had so much fun. So if you guys enjoy this type of video, definitely leave a like and of course subscribe if you're new. Let's go ahead and jump right into it and talk about what this concept is all about. So yesterday I watched the Gonzaga game and I watched the Duke game. Of course, Gonzaga got eliminated. Now I will say Chet Holmgren did get a little screwed over with the foul calls he was getting, but regardless, Gonzaga is eliminated, and now we are going to be doing this rebuild, and Duke ended up surviving. So those are two games I watched yesterday. But basically, whatever roster we get, it's really not going to matter. So I'm just going to stop in 3, 2, 1. So we get the Detroit Pistons, I guess, and it's going to be a fantasy draft, so that's why it really doesn't matter. So we're just going to go ahead and simulate the draft, and basically it's pretty much March Madness, college basketball, or not March Madness, but college basketball rules, where the season's not that long and the playoffs is one game format. So just like playing in real life in NBA playoffs, obviously you got just one best of one. So this should be a lot of fun. Like I said, the season's gonna be really short, and basically I'm gonna load the correct draft class, of course, because we do want to have these young guys come in like Paolo Banchero and Chet Holmgren. But as you can see, the season is not that long whatsoever. So once we get into the playoffs, it should be a lot of fun. So if you take a look, we have Kyrie Irving here, we have Wendell Carter Jr., we have Bobby Portis, Miles Turner, Alex Caruso, Terrence Davis, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Joe Ingles, and Aleksej Pokusevski. So I think what I want to do is I want to completely build a team of the teams left in the Sweet 16, right? Obviously, the Sweet 16 was shortened a little bit with those games yesterday, but the teams that were part of the Sweet 16, I can only get players from those colleges. Like, for example, I'm not going to be able to get Devin Booker because I don't believe Kentucky was a part of that. And then Duke, we can get like Wendell Carter, who came from Duke. There's a lot of things we could do here, but it's basically a shortened season, and we can only get players. We do have Kyrie Irving, who came from Duke, so we can keep him around. Wendell Carter came from Duke. Bobby Portis from Arkansas. So there's going to be some guys who we can keep. There's also some other guys we obviously can keep. So this should be fun, though. We're going to go ahead and get started, though, with some trades. And like I said, it's a one-game formatted playoff. So we're going to try to win a championship with the new team we do decide to build, obviously, and see what we can make happen. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props website that allows you to go over or unders on NBA players. That way you watch the game and have a lot of fun with it. So for example, this is what it would look like on desktop. Also kind of looks like this, obviously, on your phone, but you just simply pick 2, 3, 4, 5 players, however many you want to choose. You just simply click over, under, whatever you want to do, and then you can either 3 times your money, 5 times your money, even 10 times your money, as long as you get all 4 right. Even if you wanted to do power plays or flex plays, it really does not matter. Either way, it works out however you want it to. So if you guys want to join Prize Picks, the link's in the description. Use my promo code Crushables when you sign up. So I think the first guy I want to target to put on this roster is DeAndre Ayton out of Arizona. Bring him in to pair next to Kyrie Irving, which I think could be a lot of fun. So DeAndre Ayton, not really sure what it'll cost to get him, but obviously we're going to try to make this work. So it'll be Miles Turner's contract. They could probably throw in Alex Caruso, and then we'll have to probably take on maybe a little bit of a smaller contract off of them. We got Virginia Tech's and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We'd acquire too much money, or the Pelicans would acquire too much money, I should say. Wait, so how far off? So the Pelicans would acquire 8 more. Oh, so we can't really throw Caruso's fat contract out here. So let's try maybe a little bit of a cheaper one, like maybe Pokusevski would probably be somebody they could throw in here, and then maybe they can give him to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Nope, just a little bit more. Maybe Edmund Summer instead. There we go. So we got Miles Turner and Pokusevski for this 2022 unprotected first-round pick that's very, very valuable. That might be something we could use. About this 2025, they still don't agree. And then I'll throw in my 2026, and we get DeAndre Ayton as our brand new center for this roster here. So we have Kyrie Irving, DeAndre Ayton, and Wendell Carter right now. 2 guys out of Duke, 1 out of Arizona. The team is not a complete product, but that is the kind of the first season, or the first trade I wanted to make. KCP's out of Georgia, Joe Ingles from Australia, of course, not part of NCAA. So we're going to simulate this season, though, with Kyrie Irving and DeAndre Ayton as the best 2 players here in Detroit. Kind of curious to see how the record's going to go. So a lot of games in between. The simulation's so much faster with little to no games. I actually wouldn't mind if we were in the draft lottery, because it would be really cool if we could draft like Apollo Banchero or Chet Holmgren here and Detroit. That would be really fun. So let's see if we do get that lucky. But it looks like we are a high seed right now, so it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. So we are going to be playing maybe as the 5th seed through the trade deadline, which we're not going to make a single trade. And then the Sacramento Kings would beat them. Lose to the Portland Trailblazers. We're the 8th seed now. Like I said, I would love to be just terrible enough to be in the lottery, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. So it looks like we're going to finish as one of the top seeds here. We end up as the 4th seed in the East. So Giannis wins MVP. Cade Cunningham's your Rookie of the Year on the Clippers. Andre Drummond's your 6th man. Giannis Defensive Player. Max your Most Improved. And Frank Vogel, Coach of the Year, as we went 21-8 on the season. Justin Taylor's your Executive. So I do kind of want to see, obviously, the standings. So we went 17-12, tied with a lot of teams. So it was really close across the board. Trailblazers went 18-11. Lakers went 21-8. So the Lakers had the best record by far. And of course, like I said, it's all best of ones. So we have the play-in tournament as well. Best of ones. And, well, that actually might be its own format still. But we are the Pistons. I had to remind myself for a second. So let's go take a look at the player stats, though. As Kyrie Irving averaged 26 points per game on the season. 15 from Bobby Portis, 15 from Wendell Carter, and then only 14 from Aiden. 12 from Joe Ingles, and then 10 from Terrence Davis. So let's go ahead and simulate the plan. And so we got the Knicks beating the Bucks. We got the Raptors beating the Celtics, and we got the Raptors beating the Bucks as well. And then we also had the Warriors coming out of the play-in tournament, and the Pelicans came out as well. So Portland versus New Orleans. So here we go. We're playing the Philadelphia 76ers. Would love to see what they look like right now. So Jamal Murray, Jalen Suggs out of Gonzaga. So that's somebody we could have gotten as well. Hit a great game winner last year, if I remember correctly, in March Madness. And then Mikal Bridges, who I believe is from Villanova, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Villanova. I know some of my college players. Jokic, probably not from a college. Drummond, I don't know. Isaiah Thomas, I'm not totally sure. But regardless, let's go ahead and see if we can beat the 76ers. And we are going to beat them. We do end up moving on. So we got the Raptors versus Magic. And the Raptors end up winning that. So let's simulate current round. And we got the Warriors and the Blazers and the Kings, Denver Nuggets, Charlotte, and the Wizards. So looking at this 8th-seeded Raptors team, you got D'Angelo Russell and Devin Booker, who, funny enough, are very good friends. So that's kind of fun. Gary Trent Jr. went to Duke. That could be another guy we could go grab. Jarrett Allen from Texas, Tyus Jones, Zubac, PJ Washington. So this could be a tough one. Somebody through a game. And we actually do end up beating the Toronto Raptors, which is nice. So now we are on to play the Washington Wizards, who have Lonzo Ball out of UCLA, Seth Curry, Hamdou Diallo, and then Zion Williamson out of Duke, of course. Porzingis from Latvia, or yeah, something like that. And then Evan Fournier from France, right? Yeah, from France. And Zeke Naji, Isaiah Roby, and Moses Moody. So do we end up making it to the finals already? Portland on the other side as well have Luka Doncic, which is why they're going so far. So that's pretty cool. And the Warriors have Mitchell and DeJounte Murray as their backcourt, which is a really nice backcourt. But can we beat the Wizards? And no, we get eliminated in the Eastern Conference Finals. But let's see who gets to, we get the Wizards and the Warriors. And we have the Wizards going up to hoist a trophy. As Kristaps Porzingis is a Washington Wizard in real life, is also a Washington Wizard here as well, winning a championship as Zion and Lonzo get it done, who were teammates on New Orleans for a second, of course, until Lonzo did leave. But here we go. We got another whole offseason ahead of us. So like I said, would have been fantastic if we could have definitely had like a high draft pick in this draft. But I mean, we actually traded our draft picks. I don't know why I'm complaining, but maybe I can trade into the draft and try to get something, because we did get DeAndre Ayton. But I wouldn't mind trading into the draft and getting like Chet Holmgren or Paulo Banchero, or just doing something like that just to kind of get myself in position. So see if I'm going to be able to do that. We'll see. Not sure that's going to be that possible, but we'll give it a shot. Not really sure what our trade value is going to be with the guys we do have. Don't want to trade Kyrie. Wendell Carter is somebody I would be willing to trade, though. Of course, we'd be walking away with maybe Paulo or Chet Holmgren. So I'm looking to get maybe the number 2 pick in the draft. So let's see, or number 3, I guess, wouldn't hurt either. So let's see if we can maybe get number 2. So the Pacers have number 2, and we have Wendell Carter under contract, and we also have THC, who went to Iowa State. So they can't take on that much money. What if I give you Garrison Matthews? They are not going to agree to that, obviously. We have 1 first. We have a 2nd round pick. We're probably not going to be able to get this done. This is probably too much of a wishful thinking. So unless we have somebody else who's younger who has good trade value, which I don't think that's the case. I mean, Garuba might get it done. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So guess we'll shoot down the board a little bit. See maybe get number 4. That's a 2nd round pick. We don't want that. Number 4 from maybe, or number 5 from the Grizzlies may not hurt either. So Wendell Carter, and they can't even take the money. So never mind. Well, let me see if I can figure something out as far as trading into the lottery, because I'd love to. Okay, that was actually relatively easy. We just traded Wendell Carter and Terrence Davis in order to get, I don't remember what pick we just got. I think it was the 4th overall pick, so I'm happy with that. So we might get some spillage as far as maybe somebody dropping out of the top 3. So let's see if we do get lucky. I do want to see who went so far. So Jabari went number 1, and then of course the top 3 guys that I obviously wanted, Bencaro, Holmgren, and Jabari, both obviously all gone. We wouldn't have been able to draft Jabari because they're not part of the Sweet 16, but could have got Holmgren, could have got Paulo. That's really disappointing. But we have Jaden Ivey, who was part of the Sweet 16 for Purdue, so we might be taking him. I'll have to watch him today. AJ Griffin from Duke, and then we also have a Kansas guy, Mark Williams, who also played very nicely for Duke yesterday. So I think I'm going to take Jaden Ivey, though, with this selection. So we get Jaden Ivey, which is nice, and we also have a 2nd-round pick. So we get Jaden Ivey. Dyson Daniels is a G League guy, I believe, from G League Ignite. Johnny Zhang out of UCLA, and then Julian and Jabari Walker. So Colorado. I might just let the CPU deal with this. I'm not really sure. So we'll take that. And Jaden Ivey comes in as a 7-9 overall. We get David Roddy out of Colorado State in the 2nd round. Kyrie Irving actually declines. KCP, we're probably going to decline as well. So we might have cap space going into this free agency class. DeAndre Ayton, we are going to have cap space actually. So James Harden went to Arizona State. Kyrie Irving, obviously from Duke. Zach LaVine, UCLA. Bradley Beal, Florida. DeAndre Ayton, somebody I want back. Michigan State for Miles Bridges, and then Nurkic. So obviously the 2 guys we want back are probably Kyrie Irving and probably DeAndre Ayton. I don't really think there's anything else we can do. So we have Caruso was under contract. Jaden Ivey we like. What Caruso? Yeah, Texas A&M. I wasn't sure what college Caruso went to. Roddy and then Usman Garuba. So obviously Kyrie Irving and DeAndre Ayton are the 2 guys we want to prioritize the most. But I might be able to walk away out of here with getting somebody and then signing Kyrie Irving after moratorium day. We'll see if we can get that lucky. So what I want to do is I'm going to offer Zach LaVine a contract. I may not be able to get this lucky though. So DeAndre Ayton will offer on. We're not going to be able to do that, I don't think. That plan I had in mind is probably not going to be able to work. So unless, yeah, it's still not going to work. So I don't want to lose Kyrie Irving, obviously. We're going to match DeAndre Ayton's contract. So let me just offer on Kyrie Irving before we just lose him and just obviously not get him for any. Oh, we might lose him anyway. So that might be unfortunate, but you know what? If we do lose Kyrie Irving, I won't be too upset. Zach LaVine has a good offer. Bradley Beal has no good offers. So we'll see if Kyrie Irving falls out, and he did. So we can get Kyrie Irving back still. So probably going to have to give him like a no trade clause in order to keep him around. So that should be him coming back. So Kyrie Irving, welcome back. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford much of anything else. So, all right, we got what we wanted there. So when we look at the team, it's Kyrie Irving, Caruso, Jaden Ivey out of Purdue, Taylor Horton-Tucker, Garrison Matthews, Roddy, and then DeAndre Ayton. So we have our duo, probably our trio with Jaden Ivey here as well. But we kind of need a starting small forward and a starting power forward. Bench is pretty bad, but we should be able to fill out a bench in free agency. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the trade finder to my advantage with Caruso's contract and probably Taylor Horton-Tucker's contract together and see what I can get. Maybe go for Mikal Bridges, who could be a nice 3-and-D wing, that small forward spot out of Villanova. That could make some sense for us. And yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try to get Mikal Bridges from Philadelphia to bring him in to be my brand new starting small forward. I have to probably throw in Garuba in this, and they still do not agree. Do I throw in a second? Does this move the needle for them? No. Obviously, we kind of traded all of our first-round picks in order to get DeAndre Ayton. So all these, they're still not going to agree to that. We might have to throw Caruso's contract in here, which I wouldn't be too opposed to doing. Maybe Garrison Matthews would move the needle. It's still not going to do it for them. Second-round pick, and we're still not going to get Mikal Bridges. Okay, last but not least, I will throw in Alex Caruso. I will remove Garuba. So all that, they don't agree yet. Really wish we had a first to throw at them. 2 seconds. Not going to get it in 3 seconds. Okay, one more player should get this done. I'll throw Garrison Matthews back in here, and we do get Mikal Bridges finally. So we have a brand new starting small forward, and we have Garuba still here, which he came from Spain. So I'll have to keep that in mind. But we pretty much have our starting 5 outside of power forward right now. So if we look at power forward right now, Josh Hart, also a Villanova guy, somebody we could bring in. Al Horford came from Florida. Kyle Anderson, not sure what UCLA. Caleb Martin, Nevada. Okay, I'm not 100% sure on all these guys. Otto Porter from Georgetown, maybe could be nice. Bruce Brown, Miami, and then Blake Griffin, Oklahoma. So, okay. We're probably going to have to trade for power forward, to be honest with you. So, what I might be willing to do is I might be able to just sign a couple of guys in free agency. We have Connaughton out of Notre Dame, I believe. Yep. But we're gonna have to get a little creative here in order to fill out this bench more than we would like, more than we need to. So I think for my brand new starting power forward, I'm gonna try my best to bring in Marcus Morris to be that guy. So I'm gonna throw in Otto Porter, Rodney McGruder, who I just signed in free agency, gave him quite a bit of money. So they do not agree. They want to give me a first, say less. We'll do that. Marcus Morris is the brand new starting power forward, who's probably gonna go down in overall. Also got Josh Hart out of Villanova, Marcus Morris from Kansas, so we'll have him, and then Garuba, I still need to trade him as well. So let's throw Usman Garuba out there, and let's see what we can get for him. And we could probably throw this first round pick part of this as well, and see what pops up. For Isaiah Jackson out of Kentucky, would love to have taken him. Terrence Davis out of Mississippi, Saban Lee, might be somebody we take. Vanderbilt, it's not going to happen. And if only Kentucky was there, man, this would be the trade I would 100% do. But unfortunately, that's not going to be a trade we can do. So we need to get in free agency, get a load of creative. So Rondo, Kentucky, Lou Williams, Ish Smith. Well, let's see. KCP went to Georgia. Edmund Summer, Xavier. Brendan Forbes, Michigan State. Bembry, St. Joseph's. JJ Redick, Duke. We could sign JJ Redick, obviously. Jeremy Lamb, I want to say, never mind. I would have gotten that totally wrong. So Jeremy Lamb, Robert Covington, Tennessee State, James Johnson. So free agency is not going to help us all that much with what we really need. Jeremy Lamb. So we're really going to have to just trade Garuba and hope we get something good out of it. So Garrison Matthews, Lipscomb, Syracuse, Jose Alvarado. Surely we'll get somebody out of this that could fit into the criteria. First round pick, Nas Reed at LSU, which would have been awesome as well. Jared Butler, Baylor, and then Devon Reed, Miami, Florida. Ty Jerome, Trey Burke. Didn't he go to, I want to say UConn, right? No, it was Michigan. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping. Nasir Little, North Carolina, which I think, wait, isn't North Carolina part of this? I might be wrong. Might be wrong on that, actually. Let me double check that. So yeah, we're going to 100% do this trade. We're swapping first round picks and getting North Carolina, Nasir Little. So I love that. And one team that I also forgot as part of the Sweet 16 is literally UCLA. So I could have gotten a couple of guys at UCLA that I passed up on quite a bit. So Josh Hart will probably have to slide. Well, Nasir Little, we could probably slide to power forward and he'll be fine. So Josh Hart can stay at small forward. So now I feel like I can trade Marcus Morris and maybe get something for him. Maybe swap this first round pick. And then if we could maybe trade him for something. So I would have loved to have gotten Jonathan Isaac, but Florida State is not part of the Sweet 16. Joe Harris, Virginia. Luke Kennard, Duke. I mean, we don't really need a guard, though. We need more of a forward if we're going to trade Marcus Morris, but I don't think I'll get that lucky with what I need. Finney Smith, Florida. Isaac, again, would have been awesome, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. So probably going to be stuck with Marcus Morris, and we're going to have to just roll with that. So I think we have like an 8-man rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We literally have a 7-man rotation, so it's not looking all that great, obviously. Player progression, Morris goes down to a 76 overall, so yeah, it does suck. We are kind of in a little bit of a bind here, but we're going to be running a 7-man rotation in this next coming season, and it took us a while to build that roster because obviously I'm not a huge college guy, but it's been fun regardless. Jaden Ivey is going to have to step up this year. Kyrie Irving is going to have to keep doing his thing. So if we run a 7-man rotation, I guess it will be. So 7 rotation, but puts Little as the starting power forward. And then James Johnson sitting out. So it's Marcus Morris, Josh Hart off the bench, DeAndre Ayton, Nasir Little, Mikal, Jaden Ivey, and Kyrie Irving. Thankfully, it's a short season. So you know what? I think we can get away with just a 7-man rotation. So we're chilling. We're going to run this to a balanced system. And we're going to simulate this season and see how things go. So hopefully this team ends up making the playoffs again. I think we did a decent job at, not knowing everything, but it's all right. Let's see what happens. We're making this trade at the trade deadline in order to get Aaron Holiday out of UCLA. So that just kind of strengthens the bench a little bit better, I guess. So Aaron Holiday will just be a better backup guard, and Morris is continuing to go down overall. And Favors is someone we can maybe trade in the offseason. Right now, we're currently the 8th seed. I kind of knew this could be a bad year based off not a lot of depth, obviously, but we'll just keep simulating and see what happens. Zion Williamson wins MVP on the Wizards. Jaden Ivey's your Rookie of the Year here in Detroit, which is awesome. Markelle Fultz, 6-man on the Grizzlies. Vince Blair goes to Giannis, and THT wins Most Improved on the Sixers. And Jamal Mosley, Coach of the Year, 22-7 on the year. So we go take a look at the stats real quick. Jaden Ivey had a really good year for us, which is awesome. 34 from Kyrie Irving, and then 23 from Ivey, 20 from Aiden, and then 12 from Mikal Bridges, 11 from Little, 10 from Josh Hart, 6 from Aaron Holiday. So here we go. We're back as the 4th seed. So let's go ahead and see if we can end up beating the Chicago Bulls, who have Damian Lillard, Drummond, LeVert, Middleton, and Tobias Harris. Game 1, we lose in the first round. So kind of figured that could possibly happen. We obviously need to strengthen the team a little bit. The Trailblazers go on to win it all. Luka Doncic, Finals MVP. So this should be our last opportunity to get where we want to be. Grizzlies, Cavs, and Celtics are your top 3 draft picks. Staff signing, we'll leave that all the same. We'll grab a perimeter defensive coach real quick. And like I said, we just need to, strengthen the team a little bit. Don't even think we have a draft pick, so I'm just going to go straight to player options. And we have none. Qualifying offers, Nasir Little is somebody we do want to bring back. And free agency, I don't think we have Nasir Little's contract. And we should be able to sign maybe somebody here that could be helpful to the team somehow. So looking at the team right now, we have Derek Favors under contract still, or no, we don't. Damn. Okay, it would have been awesome if we did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really like the team for the most part. I mean, we could technically trade Kyrie Irving, but he's been kind of the guy here, so I don't necessarily think I'll do this, but I just wanted to check around just in case. Maybe get like a 2-for-1 thing going, but he's been kind of our hero. So Jaylen Brown out of California, and then OG Anunoby from Indiana, Jarrett Allen. So yeah, I don't think I'll make that trade. Anthony Simons out of IMG Academy, but that doesn't really fit the criteria. And then obviously can't take Kentucky guard De'Aaron Fox. So DeAndre Ayton, I mean, the only other one I could think of is maybe throw Josh Hart and Aaron Holiday together and see if we get like a really good impact player out of this. If not, then we're pretty much stuck with what we got. So Duarte. But yeah, we're stuck with what we have. I don't really see anything that's like pushing us over the top. So really just need to solidify the team, the bench. So we have a backup point guard. We have a backup small forward. But we really don't have like a backup shooting guard or backup, front court. So Kenrich Williams out of Texas Christian, Juan Toscano, Marquette, Torian Prince. Nasir Little, of course, will be bringing back. And then Gallinari. Royce O'Neal, wow, let's see where he came from. Baylor. Javonte Green. So it's getting rough out here. I'm not going to lie to you. I just realized for some reason the Kansas guard is out here. So we're going to actually offer him a contract and may only be assigned to his current value. That's what I'm trying to do. Well, it says he's affordable. All right. I'm not understanding that, I guess. That would have been awesome to grab him. But Steve Mikhailuk also out of Kansas. So we can grab him, I guess, as our big acquisition. I still want to try to get this guy, but it's not going to let me do that, I don't think. So we'll see what happens there. If he is past moratorium, I feel like I might build it. He's not there anymore, is he? So he's gone. Steve Mikhailuk is going to be our big acquisition, unless if what's his name is still here, but I doubt it. So yeah, we're not going to get that lucky. And then we're not going to be able to afford anybody. So Nasir Little is going to be our big addition, obviously, to the team. So we'll sign Nasir Little, bring him back, and then he'll be still our power forward. We got Steve Mikhailuk out of this, which is cool and all, but it's not really moving the needle for us. He's a nice guard, but strengthens the bench a little bit. So I guess the one thing I could experiment with is throw Mikal Bridges out there. Get Chris Middleton, but we'd have to trade Josh Hart. But we really can't afford to trade depth at all. Really can't do that. Really can't afford to do that. So CJ McCollum out of Lehigh is not going to fit. Mitchell Robinson, none. Wait, he didn't go to a college? What the hell does that even mean? I'm not following you, 2K. Okay. This is probably the team we're locked in with, unfortunately. I don't really see how we get better unless we trade like DeAndre Ayton, which I'm not going to do that, obviously. So, Steve Mikhailuk was our big acquisition, and is that good enough? Probably not. I mean, we're probably going to have to just depend on Jaden Ivey getting better. So, here we go, man. This is the team. 8-man rotation, so it's a little bit deeper than last year, which is good. That way guys aren't getting tired. So, this is our chance, though. Obviously, it's going to be tough to win a championship. Whether it's a 1-game series, but I think this is going to be the last season regardless of what happens. So it's been fun, but again, we're power ranking number 16. Can run this back to an 8-man rotation this year because we have the ability to do that with Steve Mikhailuk coming in. So it's Kyrie, Jaden Ivey, Mikal Bridges, and Nasir Little, DeAndre Ayton, Josh Hart, Aaron Holiday, and then Steve Mikhailuk out of Kansas. Proficiency-wise, we're 4.5 balanced, so we can go ahead and simulate this season. So proficiency is looking really nice. Hopefully it ends up, leading to something though. And maybe we can be like the first seed this year. So Stephen Curry wins MVP on the Denver Nuggets. Victor wins Rookie of the Year on the Grizzlies. Drummond 6-man on the Celtics. Isaac defensive player. And then Xavier Tillman most improved. Jamal Mosley Coach of the Year 20-9. So here we go. This is going to be the final season. We are the 5th seed or the 4th seed once again. We've been the 4th seed every freaking year. So 25 points from Aiden, 18 from Ivy, and then 28 from Kyrie Irving, 12 from Mikal Bridges, and 10 from Steve Mikhailuk. And then 10 and 8. So this will be a very important run here. So we're actually going to simcast this season since this could be our last one. We are playing Jokic, Vucevic, Suggs, and Jamal Murray. So I really don't like our chances here. But hey, you never really know. Simulating game. This is a 101. So as long as we win game 1, obviously we are off and running. So, but it's not looking good for us. Might be able to make a little bit of a comeback at the end. Very close game to end things off. 121 to 115. It's going to be a close game. Kyrie, I'm going to need you to do something, and I think that's going to be all she wrote for us. We are going to be eliminated out of March Madness once again. 137 and 124. We made it to the Eastern Conference Finals once, but unfortunately did not win a championship today. And that'll be it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this, a little bit of a different concept. I mean, I'm a little bit of a new guy to watching college basketball, but I will admit I did have some fun watching it yesterday, which I have struggled with in the past, but it was fun. Yesterday it was. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a like if you did. We'll be back with some more Blazers My GM, of course, as well this weekend, but this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.